Look at me and my camera. I feel like a vlogger. I feel like a freaking vlogger. I cleaned the bathroom the other day and it's still kind of clean. We're starting to clutter it a little bit. But I just saw myself holding this camera and I was like, who is she? I am a terrible, terrible vlogger. So this is big steps for me. Today, I wanted to go over something with you guys. This is something that I feel like I've been getting asked a lot about in the last year, and I feel like I've never really taken the time to go over this, and that is tips for beginner runners, tips on how to get started with running. I have been running consistently again for the last year, and it's been amazing. I ran track and cross country in high school and college. Wasn't that good, but I did it. So I wanted to give you guys my tips on how I got started again and got to this point where I'm literally running every single week, and it's been great. It's been amazing. So here's a little backstory. In December 2019, Simon had said to me, like, you know, we need to set goals for ourselves. Maybe we should start running every week, run a certain number of miles every week. So we started and we would run 10 miles every week, and that was our goal, and then we kept upping it and upping it. And we got to a point where we were running like 10 miles a day on like a weekend. I was like, who are we? So I'm gonna go over with you guys tips that help me get started. And yeah, let's get to it. All right, guys, we are ready to get started on these beautiful, wonderful tips. Are you ready? Are you ready to change your life and to start running? My first tip for you is literally just get started and have fun with it. Take it easy, don't get ahead of yourself. I feel like so many people start running and they feel like they have to run like 5 miles every run or 5 miles a day, and you don't need to do that. You can just get started really small. You can start with half a mile or a mile until your body gets used to it. Let your body build on that endurance, and you don't even have to run for the full mile. If you're not feeling up to it, you can run for 2 minutes and then walk for 1 minute, or run for 2 minutes, jog for 1 minute, and just slowly start to build on your endurance. But my very first tip is just, guys, get started. Just do it. Now on to tip number 2, and this kind of goes with tip number 1, and that is to pace yourself. So many people, when they first start, just go ham and they go hard, you know, thinking that they can handle it, and the thing is your body is not used to that just yet. So I definitely recommend going at an easy, comfortable, conversational pace when you first get started, and just let your body get used to that new pace and to running at that level. Let your body get comfortable and get used to it, and then after that you can start to pick things back up. But don't get ahead of yourself, because you're gonna regret it halfway through your run. You're gonna run out of gas, you're gonna die, you're gonna be sitting on the side of the road like breathing heavy, like why did I do this? And then you're gonna end up giving up, and you're gonna be like, you know what, maybe this isn't for me. But that's just because you started way too hard. You don't need to go crazy right at the beginning. Just take it easy. Like I said, enjoy it, play some music, and just have fun with it. So now you've decided, you know what, I've gone on like 1 or 2 runs here and there, and I've enjoyed it, and I kind of want to stick with it. So now what do? Here is my third tip for you. Invest in a good pair of running shoes. I cannot stress that enough. Running in a great pair of running shoes is so important. It will help you prevent injuries. It will just change your life. It will improve your running, really. If you have the right pair of shoes, your running will get better. What I recommend is going to your local running store and getting fitted for the perfect or the right pair of shoes for you. Some people have a flat feet, some people have a high arc, some people overpronate, some people underpronate. I know that some stores or things are closed right now. There's always shoe quizzes that you can take online that can kind of help guide you towards picking the right pair of shoes for you. For me, myself, the shoes that I run in are the A6 gel Kanos, because I have a very flat feet. Let me show you my shoes. These are mine, so I run in the A6 gel Kanos, and like I said, these are made for flat feet. They're a little dirty because they've been used, but these are my shoes. I love them so much. I've had them for about maybe 6 months. Nah, I feel like 4 or 5 months actually. I don't think I've had them for 6 months yet. And these are Simon's. I don't remember. I think his are like the Nimbus. Oh, here we go. He has the gel Nimbus Light. And yeah, if you have flat feet, I recommend these because they are just like perfect. So before I got the Asics Gel Kanos, I was running in a pair of Nikes and they totally like butchered my legs. I knew I needed to get a pair of running shoes, but it was when everything had just closed. And I really wanted to wait till things opened up to go to a running store and get shoes. And then eventually I was just like, girl, you're just gonna have to get a pair of shoes because you're literally killing your feet. That's what I was doing. Like I had gotten shin splints, my knees were starting to hurt again. I had knee problems back in high school. Like I had tendonitis on my right knee. It was starting to bug me again. Literally every single problem that I've had in the past was like kicking back up. And I was like, no. We need to get this right and we need to fix this. So I went and I got myself the Asics Gel Kanos and my shin splints are gone. My knee feels 10 times better. And I don't know, I'm feeling great overall. But you also have to make sure that when you overuse the shoes, that you replace them and you get new ones each time, because eventually your shoes get worn out and then you'll start getting all those problems again. So I definitely highly recommend making sure that you're always running in a great, good pair of shoes, because I'll say it again, it'll change your life, honey. On to my fourth tip for you. Now that you've decided, I love running, I wanna get started, I got myself a new pair of shoes, I'm ready to keep this going. Now, how do you track your runs? It's so important to track your runs. So that is my number 4 tip, is to find a way to track your runs. And the way I do it is through, I'm not even wearing it right now, my running watch. I'm currently charging it. Let me go grab it so I can show you guys. Okay, I put on my watch and then I put on a little chapstick, because you know when my lips were looking a little chapped and y'all don't be telling me nothing. Let me walk around looking all types of crusty. So we fix that. Unchapped. Okay, so this is the Garmin. It's the Vivo Active 4S. It's literally my favorite thing, and it is good for tracking your progress. And they also have the Garmin Connect app, so that way once I'm done with my runs, it uploads it onto the apps and I can go on the app and look and see what my runs were for the week. It also has like a sleep tracker, has a bunch of different little things that you can use to track so many things. And you can track your menstrual cycle on it too. You can do that as well. But I just feel like it's very, very important to track your progress. And if you don't feel like you're ready to invest in a running watch just yet, you can get an app. I know there's so many apps that you can use to track your run. I think I used to have like Map My Run. That was years ago. I don't even know if that still exists. I think Runtastic is another one that you can get. I know there's like the Couch to 5K. I want to say Couch to Potato, but I know that's not what it is. I think it's like From Couch to 5K is another app, but there's so many apps and so many free apps that you can use to track your runs. So I highly, highly recommend it, because how else are you gonna know how you're progressing? You know, it's just very important to keep tabs on those things, and you can see each week, each month, your progress as you go, and it's gonna keep you motivated and keep you pushing, because you're gonna be like, wow, I ran this last week, or I ran at this pace, I was able to do that, I can do this. And you can keep motivating yourself that way. So I recommend finding a way to track your runs. I recommend to get the Garmin Vivo Active 4S, but if not, there's other options too. I went and pulled up my phone so I could look at some of these running apps, and one, I just wanted to say that Map My Run does still exist. I used that back in like the beginning of college, and I felt, no, in like high school before I started using a running watch. So I was like, does that still exist? But it does. There's also Run Meter, Runtopia, and then the Couch to Potato one that is called Couch to 5K. So that also exists, but there's so many, like, guys, so many different apps that you can use to track your runs. So make sure you track your runs, because that's so important for you to see your progress. So let's get it. Now for my 5th and final tip for you for being a beginner runner. Oh my God, I'm like jumbling up my words. My 5th and final tip for you as a beginner runner is to make sure that you are resting. I honestly recommend when you first start running to like rest in between each run, because this will help to prevent any overuse injury. Remember that your body is still getting used to those new stressors and strains on the body, so it's important to take the day off to stress and to rest and let your body adjust to those new stresses and those new strains on the body. And make sure, this is super duper important, that you are stretching. Make sure that you're stretching after every run, before and after every run. And then also on those days off, just stretch, because your body's gonna be so sore. I would try to focus on stretching out like your calves, your quads, your hamstrings, your hip flexors, because those are all parts of your body that are gonna be feeling sore, especially when you first start running, after you've either not been running for a while or just being a beginner runner in general. Those will be sore. Those are my tips for you for running, for starting running, for being a beginner runner, whatever you want to call it. These are my tips and tricks. I hope that you find them helpful. I hope that they are useful to you. If you have any questions at all, please let me know down in the comment section below so I can help you to the best of my abilities. And yeah, happy running. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, of course. I'm like, what else do I want them to do? Make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Let me know if you have any questions, as always, and I will see you guys next time. Mwah.